lads, welcome back to another episode of the Pars Roundup. This one's obviously looking forward to Queen of the South at home at the weekend. I wore grey the day because I wanted to avoid clashing with the green and the green screen, and then forgot that the background to Pars Roundup's grey, so I basically mix in with it. Just forget it for this video, eh? It's a big one in terms of the fact that they're very close to us in the league at this very moment. They've had a kind of similar start to us, and it actually shows in the league standings that we've had a slightly better start to the season than them, although it might not feel it to many Dunfermline fans just considering how the performances have been over the course of the season so far, especially in the league. On the Queen of the South front, of course, their main man is Stephen Dobbie. Every man in their dug knows this, and the fact that Stephen Dobbie's got 24 goals in 16 appearances so far and 4 hat-tricks. I mean, it's impressive stuff, and the guy certainly knows how to find the back of the net. Although, in his most recent outing for Queen of the South, didn't find the back of the net once. In fact, Queen of the South as a team didn't find the net. They played East Fife in the Challenge Cup, the Iron Brew Cup, and got beat 2-0 pretty convincingly as well, because apparently Gary Harkins is now out injured for a month at least or something like that, and that was mainly Queen of the South's main creative outlet in terms of getting the ball to Dobbie and stuff. Of course, Stephen Dobbie is a fantastic player, and Queen of the South also have other outlets in their team that can get him the ball. But apparently, against East Fife, the fact that Gary Harkins was omitted from the team and not involved in any sort of play, that meant that Stephen Dobbie had less opportunities to get the ball delivered into him. The service of the strikers is a key thing for them to actually get goals, and the fact that Gary Harkins is omitted from the Queen of the South squad for a good month now through injury, it might be a positive for us. If we deal with Stephen Dobbie and allow him not to show his talents on the ball just by him being able to beat players and stuff like that, then that's half the battle, because it seems like the service to Stephen Dobbie is decreasing now that Gary Harkins is not in the Queen of the South team. We all know what Stephen Dobbie's capable of though. We all know about last December when Queen of the South visited East End Park and we got beat 5-2. That was without Gary Harkins. That was with players like Andy Stillman, an ex-Dunfermline player. They had Lyndon Dykes playing that game. There's no doubt that Stephen Dobbie is the main outlet for Queen of the South and the main reason why they've got the results they have so far. Even just that point against Alloa a few weeks ago was mainly all down to Stephen Dobbie and the fact that he dragged them back from being 3-0 down at half time to making it 3-3 at full time, because he got another hat-trick, one of his 4 already this season. He has brought Queen of the South so many points so far this season, and he's hit the back of the net more times than I'll ever imagine. Me myself, I've only managed to score 1 goal in my limited experience of football, and that was with my bad foot playing for Tillibody Hearts about 10 or 12 years ago. So I've got limited experience. I'll probably never score the amount of goals that Stephen Dobbie manages in one season in my full entire life. So the guy's some player. But Stephen Dobbie aside, a game against Queen of the South at home, it's another one of those games that I'm going to say that we just have to win at home. And I've said this about Alloa twice now. I've said it about the Partick Thistle game, and of course we did win that due to a kind of lucky break at the time, but we did get the win there. I really want to see us get back to clean sheets though. At least if you're not putting in great performances, you can take positives from clean sheets, and if you get a win through a lucky break like we did against Partick Thistle, you can look at it as well, you got a clean sheet and you also got the 3 points. Despite the performance not being there, you got probably 2 of the most vital things that you can get in football. You kept it tight at the back, and you got the 3 points and the win to push you up further in the league. I just hope that this weekend we can put right what we put wrong last weekend. And of course, as I said, I'm going to leave Danny Devine out of my team selection later on in the video, but I hope that whoever his replacement is, hopefully for me it's Mark Dunham, because he was looking really solid at the back until his injury last week. Hopefully that was just kind of a bit of a precautionary one to just leave him out and not risk him at all against Alloa. Hopefully he's back for this game and we don't see any mistakes similar to Danny Devine's effort in last week's game against Alloa. So in terms of my team, I'm going to pick it right now and it's going to pop up on screen for you now. As far as I'm concerned, I think we should make a few changes this week. I think some players just need a rest. I think some players just need to be taken out of the lineup, like I mentioned earlier with Danny Devine. So in goal, I'm going to have Lee Robinson. I seen Cammy Gill in the reserve game, the Reserve Challenge Cup game earlier this week, and if I'm being honest, he didn't really show much to show that he could get a first team place anytime soon. He flapped it across, which ended up resulting in a goal, and it just didn't really shine any light on him as a goalkeeping performance, so probably won't be anywhere near the starting 11 for a good while, I would imagine. And I know that's a shame, and I hate saying stuff like this about players, especially when they're our youngsters that's came through. But I just can't see it happening anytime soon, so Lee Robinson's staying in goal, and I don't think it's a surprise to most people really. Ryan Williamson will obviously be back for international duty for this one, but I just don't know if Johnson will make Craigan the change in the team, because Craigan didn't really do much wrong last week. He didn't do a hell of a lot that would say that you had to drop him or rest him or whatever on the bench. It's a shame because Williamson is obviously a great attacking outlet for us, and he would evolve our play in that sense, but without Higginbotham, is it the same effect? So I'm just going to keep Craigan in at right back for this game. I'm going to change up the back two. It's going to be Ashcroft and Mark Dunnan. I explained the reason why I'm omitting Danny Devine for the squad. I think the most sensible thing is to just bring in Mark Dunnan back as long as he's 100% fit. I've not seen AJ's pre-match interview before the game. I'm filming this on Thursday morning, so I'm not entirely sure what injuries are in the squad, but here's hoping that Mark Dunnan's fully fit and he can just slot back in there. Jackson Longridge at left back. Onto the midfield, I think I'm just going to keep it the same as well. Louis Longridge got 2 goals last week and was probably one of the best players on the pitch, despite the fact that it was overall a poor day at the office for us. But he got the 2 goals and he was in the SPFL team of the week as well. He clearly has that wee bit of quality on the ball that we need at times, and without a player like Higgy fully fit at the moment, I doubt he'll be in line for a first team place just yet. I think that might be 1 or 2 weeks away. But for now, Louis Longridge in at the right wing spot. Now the middle two in the middle of the park, I think I'm going to keep it the same. It's a bit of a shame for players like Tom Beadland and Joe Thompson. They played in the Reserve Challenge Cup game during the week as well, and I just wasn't impressed with them that much. Joe Thompson was a bit kind of laboured, wasn't really the player that I was expecting him to be so far, and Tom Beadland, he gave away a goal. He didn't look great overall in the piece, and I don't know, I'm just going to keep him on the bench. But for now, James Vincent and Mallory Martin, for me, is going to stay in the middle of the park for my lineup. And we'll stick with Aidan Connolly on the left wing as well, because he's done not much wrong so far. He didn't have a great game last weekend, but I wouldn't say that he didn't do enough to not keep his starting place. So Aidan Connolly's sticking it on the left wing because he is a direct threat for us. And up front, I'm probably going to have upset a bit of the apple cart here, but I'm going to leave Faisal out of the team. The fact that I did a Pars Roundup episode when he signed there, and it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I did a wee intro bit, and I started it by saying something along the lines of, joked about it for so long, eh? We never thought it would happen. Well, yesterday it did. I mean, now I'm not including him in my starting 11 because I just don't think he's been good enough so far this season. I think a lot of people will probably disagree with me on this, but I would give Miles Hippolyte and Andy Ryan a chance up front. There are 2 highest goal scorers along with Louis Longridge on 5 goals. Faisal's only managed 2 so far this season. We need the goals in the team, and of course if it's not working you can bring on Faisal. I don't know how that would affect his confidence. It is a bit of an iffy choice, but it's my choice, it's my team that I'm picking just now, so for me I would pick Miles Hippolyte and Andy Ryan up front. Let me know what your team would be in the comments below, because I'm sure some of you would have maybe disagreed with some of my choices. But aye, as I've said, it's a very important game for us this. Queen of the South are currently sitting 1 point below us in the league table, so if they got a win here, they'd actually go above us in the league, so it's not great if we actually do come away with a loss here. It's not great at all. We need to get a win here, I think. A draw wouldn't be too beneficial for us either. I think it just has to be a win. We need to, I'm saying this every week, I hate it, we're needing to start getting 3 points at East End Park. An early goal for us would be massive. We don't really get them that often, but if we do get it, then that could set us off really well in this game. And obviously keeping Stephen Dobbie quiet is a main thing for this game as well. If we keep him quiet, it's half the battle, probably more than half the battle considering how well he's played so far this season for Queen of the South. But aye, that's it for this video guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy, please give it a like, comment down below your team for tomorrow, and maybe what your score prediction will be for the game, because I'd be interested to know what people kind of think about this. And subscribe for more of this type of content. Dunfermline, general football. Just have a look through the channel, and if you enjoy it, hit the subscribe button. And until the next video, which will be the matchday vlog on Saturday night, hopefully, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.